Good evening. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. 32nd Arab League Summit kicked off in Saudi Arabia's Jeddah. His Majesty the King attends the 32nd Arab Summit in Saudi Arabia. Controversial rape clause in the penal code said to be scrapped. The National Bureau for Revenue conducted 281 inspections. UAE luxury train to offer VIP rail cruises in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. News in detail. 32nd Arab League Summit kicked off in Saudi Arabia's Jeddah. Saudi Arabia is hosting the 32nd Arab League Summit in Jeddah on Friday, May 19th. The Pan-Arab Summit brings together 22 member countries represented by the respective heads of state and government, along with 5 observer nations. The kingdom is hosting the summit after taking over the rotating presidency from Algeria. The Algerian Foreign Minister Ahmed Attaf handed over the presidency to the kingdom's foreign minister, Prince Faisal bin Farhan, during a meeting for Arab foreign ministers in Jeddah on May 17th. At the preparatory meet, Prince Faisal underscored the need for unity among Arab countries in order to overcome mutual challenges and difficulties among members. This year's summit will see Syrian President Bashar al-Assad participate for the first time in over a decade since the war erupted in Syria. Earlier on Friday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in the kingdom to address the summit. His Majesty the King of Bahrain participates in the 32nd Arab League Summit in Jeddah. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa participated today alongside the Arab leaders in the 32nd Arab Summit, which convened at the King Abdullah International Conference Center in Jeddah. The session was chaired by Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, who received His Majesty the King on arrival at the summit's venue. The Arab Summit in Saudi Arabia provides a good opportunity for leaders to exchange opinions, enhance coordination, to support Arab action and strengthen solidarity in the face of challenges. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa has said. The King made the statement following his arrival in Saudi Arabia to lead Bahrain's delegation to the 32nd Arab League Summit in Jeddah at the invitation of custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. In his statement, His Majesty the King expressed deepest appreciation and gratitude to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques for inviting him to attend the 32nd Arab Summit, lauding the robust, deep-rooted fraternal relations between the 2 kingdoms. Bahrain welcomed Ukrainian grain deal extension. The Kingdom of Bahrain welcomed the extension of the deal to export Ukrainian grain through the Black Sea ports for an additional 2 months. In a statement yesterday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the important step will contribute to strengthen and ensure global food security. It commended the efforts exerted by United Nations and Turkey in approving and extending this deal, reiterating Bahrain's support to international efforts to resolve the Russian-Ukrainian crisis peacefully, in accordance with the international law and the UN Charter, in order to restore security, peace and stability in the European continent and the world at large. Controversial rape clause in the penal code said to be scrapped. A controversial clause exempting rapists from prosecution if they marry their victim is hours away from being scrapped. The Shura Council is set to vote to remove Article 353 from the 1976 Penal Code during its weekly session on Sunday. Investigations underway into inmates' alleged mistreatment. The Special Investigation Unit has launched a probe into alleged mistreatment of inmates by public security forces at the Java Reformation and Rehabilitation Center while carrying out their regular duties within the prisoners' cells. The Special Investigation Unit launched the investigation following a notification from both the public prosecution and the Office of the Ombudsman regarding the allegations by some inmates who claimed that they had been physically mistreated by the public security forces. The Special Investigation Unit received the reports within the framework of its ongoing cooperation with the national institutions and mechanisms entrusted with enforcing the law and protecting human rights. Al Khaldia Club won maiden Nasser bin Hamad Premier League. On behalf of His Majesty the King's Representative for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, SCY's First Deputy Chairman, General Sports Authority Chairman and Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa attended the final match of the 2022-2023 Nasser bin Hamad Premier League held at the Khalifa Sports City. Al Khaldia Club drew 1-1 against Bahrain Club to go top of the league table with 42 points and won their first ever Football Premier League Championship. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad crowned the Al Khaldia Club by presenting them with the shield of the Nasser bin Hamad Premier League and a cash prize of BD 75,000. The National Bureau for Revenue conducted 281 inspections. The National Bureau for Revenue has conducted 281 inspection visits in Bahrain's local markets during March into April. The campaigns resulted in reporting violations that required the imposition of administrative fines in accordance with the VAT and excise law, in addition to monitor several suspicions of VAT and excise evasion that may require the precautionary closure of several businesses. LMRA conducted 2 joint inspection campaigns in Muharraq and Southern Governorates. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority conducted 2 joint inspection campaigns in the Muharraq Governorate and the Southern Governorate on a number of shops and work sites. The campaigns resulted in reporting violations related to the labour market and residency laws. The cases were referred for legal action. LMRA noted that a joint inspection campaign was conducted in the Muharraq Governorate in coordination with the Nationality Passports and Residence Affairs and the Governorate's respective police directorate. The other inspection campaign was undertaken in the Southern Governorate in coordination with the General Directorate of Crime Detection and Forensic Evidence of the Ministry of Interior. Now we will be back after a very short break. The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination. Welcome back. UAE luxury trying to offer VIP rail cruises in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The UAE is set to introduce luxury rail cruises across the country. National railway operator Etihad Rail has teamed up with the luxury Italian hospitality specialist, the Arsenale Group, to announce the introduction of upscale train travel in the country. The 15-carriage trains will take a scenic tour from Fujairah to Abu Dhabi and offer an Orient Express-style journey for rail travelers in the country. The trains will also visit Dubai and take in the sights of Oman and the Liwa Desert. Arsenal said the carriages will reflect Emirati heritage while retaining Italian production, craftsmanship, quality of onboard services and interior design. The announcement was made on the sidelines of the UAE's Middle East Rail, the largest transport event in the region. Dubai suspended gas tank sellers for violating rules. Several traders selling gas cylinders have been suspended after authorities found that their tanks did not conform to UAE standards, according to an advisory released on Thursday. The violators were caught as the Dubai Supreme Council for Energy intensified joint inspection campaign on domestic gas cylinders across the Emirate. Aside from developing a joint action plan to combat illegal gas cylinder trading, the inspection team has also set up monitoring mechanisms for companies operating in the sector to ensure compliance with relevant laws and regulations. China's president unveiled a grand development plan for Central Asia. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday unveiled a grand plan for Central Asia's development, from building infrastructure to boosting trade, Reuters reported. China is ready to coordinate development strategies with Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan and promote the modernization of all, Xi said in an address to a China Central Asia summit in northwest China. The 5 former Soviet republics with a network of trade corridors after China alternative routes to transport fuel, food and other commodities in the event of disruptions elsewhere. China would also upgrade bilateral investment agreements and increase cross-border freight volume with the region, Xi said. Tsunami threat passed in South Pacific after magnitude 7.7 quake off New Caledonia. The risk of tsunami waves across the South Pacific has passed out and national warnings downgraded following a 7.7 magnitude earthquake on Friday southeast of the Loyalty Islands in the French territory of New Caledonia. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center said the tsunami threat had largely passed on Friday afternoon, Reuters reported. Earlier, it had warned about the possibility of waves ranging up to 1 meter above the tide level across 26 locations in the South Pacific. Vanuatu retracted a warning to seek higher ground and said a destructive tsunami is no longer expected, according to the Vanuatu Meteorology and Geohazards Department website. Reserve Bank of India withdrew Rs 2,000 notes from circulation. The Reserve Bank of India on Friday, May 19th, said it has decided to withdraw the Rs 2,000 denomination banknotes from circulation. However, the Rs 2,000 denomination banknotes will continue to be legal tender. Also, the public may deposit Rs 2,000 notes into their bank accounts or exchange them for notes or other denominations at any bank branch. In order to ensure operational convenience and to avoid disruption of regular activities of bank branches, the RBI said exchange of Rs 2,000 banknotes into banknotes of other denominations can be made up to a limit of Rs 20,000 at a time at any bank starting from May 23, 2023. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.